Now, fresh fighting has broken out between Mali's army and northern Tuareg rebels. Two army bases have reportedly been taken over by the rebels. Both sides have been seeking to take control of territory as UN peacekeepers withdraw. For more on this story, we can bring in France 24's Wassim Nasr. Wassim, great to see you. Talk us through what's happening on the ground.
Well, actually, the problems began when the MINUSMA forces evacuated Lere, next to Tombouctou, and prior to the scheduled retreat. So the base was given to Malian forces who had with them Wagner operatives. And that was the first time there was a confrontation between northern factions, rebel factions, and the army. What we see here is the attack on Lere we saw yesterday. So this is footage from inside of the base. We got also to geolocalize even the tank, which didn't move since 2019. And here we see that they were inside the base. They took it yesterday. They kept it for a while. They took out many equipment out of the base, but they retreated this morning, as I was told. So we are talking about the rebels, and they were even hit this morning by an airplane. And so yesterday they succeeded also in downing an airplane. We'll see it. Later. It's an L-39 support jet. So it's significant to see it downed. So, and this comes after. This is the Western Front in northern Mali. We have also the Eastern Front, where they attacked Bourem, where the Malian army was massing forces in order to attack Kidal, as I was told. So this footage is something else. This is a helicopter of the Malian army with Wagner operatives that was downed by Al-Qaeda at this time. So those two things are different.
Speaking about Al-Qaeda is also present in the region. What do they want?
Well, actually, Al-Qaeda is present on the same territory that we are talking about. So they are still attacking the Malian army and Wagner operatives in a very intense way. And even they attacked the MINUSMA while it was retreating from Lere to another... to Tombouctou. This is the Bamba attack in the Gao area. This is Al-Qaeda who is responsible of this attack. So it's going like at the same time, rebel factions are attacking the Malian army, and Al-Qaeda is still attacking, as usual, the Malian army and Wagner operatives. We also have footage of Wagner soldiers that were killed by Al-Qaeda. It was a trap between the town of Gossi and the town of Gao. We'll stop here. We have footage of two white corpses. It's graphic, so we won't show it, of course, but it is the proof that they got to kill Wagner operatives in this area. And what's important to say, that Al-Qaeda attacking Malian forces in this area prevents also the build-up to go further north. So what I was told by Tuareg people on the ground, they told me that they were that Al-Qaeda is like saturating the area, you see. So if they don't go on the offensive, it's Al-Qaeda who's going to have all the political gains in the eyes of the local populations regarding this fight between Bamako and the northern area. So in a way, they were forced to act because they had no other choice, knowing the military build-up of the Malian army regarding those areas.
Now, Wassim, we've seen coups take place in Mali, in Burkina Faso, recently in Niger. There's this alliance forming amongst all those junta leaders.
Well, yes, but it's more symbolic, you see. So, of course, there was an agreement on the 15th that was declared on the 15th of September. But you have to know that with Russian patronage, of course, because delegations from Mali, from Burkina Faso and Niger met Russian representative officials in Bamako. And the announcement of the agreement came on the 15th of September, the same day where the U.S. administration declared or announced the resuming of operations in Niger. So it's a big blow for American policy, which is making the same mistakes as France did in Mali and Burkina Faso, meaning trying to be open to the new juntas in order to keep counterterrorism efforts ongoing in those areas. But we see that today juntas have other agendas. And what's interesting in this agreement is the 5th and the 6th clauses in it, where they say that if any of those countries is attacked by another country, all three will mobilize. We think, of course, of the CDAO, who might go militarily to put back President Bazoum in power, but also the 6th clause talks about if there's any rebellion in one of the countries, all three countries can intervene. So it makes us think of the Tuareg, mostly Tuareg rebellion today in Mali, where other countries could intervene. But one more time, it's more symbolic because all three countries have so many problems.
Yeah.
They don't control their borders. They don't control big stretches of their territory. So it's more symbolic, and we'll see how it will fold out in the upcoming days.